Defeating the Dragon. A fairy tale. In a far-off kingdom, many, many years ago, there lived a dragon who ruled the land. His reign was cruel and terrible. The dragon's soldiers rode through towns and villages day after day, collecting taxes from the people. They took almost everything the poor folk possessed. People were afraid to laugh or even to smile, for whenever the chief tax collector heard laughter, he would cry, "Laughter means contentment and prosperity. That means we can impose another tax, in the name of the dragon." And there was nothing anyone could do. The dragon ruled for hundreds of years. Children were born, grew old, and passed away, yet the dragon remained, great, powerful, and terrifying. No one had ever seen him with their own eyes, but everyone lived beneath the heavy yoke of his power. No one remembered when he had been born, and so no one knew when he would die. From time to time, brave warriors tried to fight the dragon, but not one of them ever returned. Whenever the people heard the deep toll of the great gong, they knew that another hero had gone to challenge the dragon. From the dragon's castle came the clatter of swords, the thudding of blows, and the roar of fierce battle. Then would fall a dreadful silence, and the herald would proclaim, "The rebel has fallen, glory to the dragon." The people would sigh in disappointment and despair. They were afraid to sing and dance, for whenever the chief tax collector heard music, he would say, "There's music here, which means merriment, which means contentment and prosperity. That means we can tax them even more, in the name of the dragon." In one small village of that unhappy land, there lived a little boy with his grandfather. One day, the dragon's men came and took away their only bowl. The boy cried out, "Is it really impossible to defeat the dragon?" His grandfather drew him close and hugged him. "To defeat the dragon," the old man said, "you must know a great secret. I heard from the elders that in the lake where we fish there lives an old and wise turtle. She alone knows how the dragon may be overcome, but she guards this secret more carefully than any treasure." "Then I will go to the lake," said the boy, "speak with the turtle and learn the secret." And so he did. Every day he went down to the lake shore, waiting and watching, but the turtle never showed herself. Once again the great gong sounded. Once again there was the clash of steel in the dragon's castle, and once again the herald cried, "The rebel has fallen, glory to the dragon." The boy began to weep. "Another brave soul has died," he sobbed, "trying to free us from the dragon." The chief collector heard him crying. "You are weeping. That means you feel sorrow. And if you feel sorrow, it means you still have something to lose." He gave an order, and the soldiers took away all the food from the boy's house and from his grandfather. "What shall we do now?" asked the boy. "I do not know, my dear," his grandfather answered sadly. "We have nothing left. We have nothing to eat." "We still have our fishing net," said the boy. "The soldiers did not see it. I will go and catch some fish for our supper. It is better than nothing." He took the net and went down to the lake. He cast it once, and at once it became terribly heavy. With all his strength he pulled it in, and from the water he dragged a huge, ancient turtle. "How lucky I am!" he cried. "We shall have turtle soup tonight." "Let me go," begged the turtle. "I will give you a reward. I will give you anything you desire." "Are you the turtle who keeps the great secret?" asked the boy. "Many things are kept in my lake," replied the turtle. "Look and see." The boy peered into the clear water and saw gleaming at the bottom a heap of gold coins. "No," he said, "I do not need gold. The dragon would take it from me at once. Is that your secret?" "No," said the turtle, "that is only gold. But look again." Now the boy saw a marvelously beautiful gemstone shining in the depths. "I have nothing to adorn with such a stone," he said. "Is this your secret?" "No," replied the turtle. "It is only a jewel." "Then look at this." This time the boy saw, lying upon the bed of the lake, a bright and shining sword. "It is a magic sword," said the turtle. "Hooray!" cried the boy. "With such a sword I shall not fear the dragon. Now I see, this is your secret." "No, no," the turtle said gently. "It is only a weapon. It can defeat a dragon, but only one dragon." "Are there other dragons?" asked the boy in astonishment. "Yes," said the turtle, "there are, and there will be. Look around you. Look within yourself, and you will see them. Be careful." "Thank you for the sword and for your counsel," said the boy. He bowed low to the turtle and set off straight for the dragon's castle. When he reached the gate, he struck the great gong with all his might. It rang out over the land like a mighty bell. The boy stepped into the castle. The guards rushed to seize him, but against the magic sword they were powerless. One by one they fell before him, and the boy ran up the cold stone stairs. At the top, in a vast hole, lay a huge black dragon on a bed like a throne. When the dragon saw the boy, it sprang up in a fury, and a terrible battle began. The dragon was strong, very strong, but even its strength could not stand against the magic sword. The blade in the boy's hand shone with light and struck as swiftly as lightning until at last it pierced the dragon's heart. "Hurrah!" cried the boy. "The dragon is finished!" "No," the dragon groaned with its last breath. "It is not finished. Now you are the dragon, not I. I once wished to kill the dragon to free the people, and I slew him. As he was dying, he said the very words to me that I now speak to you. Now you are the dragon." I paid no heed. I went into the dragon's treasure chamber, and the gold ensnared me. I forgot my dream of freeing the people. I became the guardian of the treasure, more zealous than the dragon before me. Little by little, I myself became a dragon. "You became a dragon because you were never truly human," the boy answered. He walked to the door of the treasure chamber and opened it. A sight of wonder met his eyes. Mountains of gold coins, glittering jewels, golden statues, and weapons of incomparable beauty. From the ceiling hung bats, upside down in the shadows. "Another dragon," whispered one. "Still only a boy, and already a dragon," murmured another. The boy let his sword fall and began to run his hands through the coins. How beautiful they were! The more he touched them, the more he became excited. Never in all his life had he seen such riches. He did not notice that his hands were growing black and turning into clawed paws. He did not see the reflection in the ancient shining vase before him, the reflection of a dragon. At that moment, the chief tax collector appeared at the doorway. "The gods are dead," he cried. "The people may rise in revolt." "Find new gods and double the watch," shouted the boy. "It shall be done, great dragon," the collector replied, bowing low and backing away. "What, is there another dragon?" the boy wondered aloud. "Yes, there is," answered his reflection in the vase. But now the voice was that of the turtle. "Look around you, look within yourself, and you will see him. Be careful." Then, at last, the boy understood. "I do not want to be a dragon. I will not be a dragon," he cried. "Where is my sword?" He seized the sword and began to strike at everything around him. At each blow, the treasures crumbled into dust. He struck again and again until the walls shook, the ceiling fell, and soon nothing remained of the castle but ruins. "No dragon will ever live here again," said the boy. He took the sword back to the lake, and there he looked into the water and saw his own reflection, no dragon now, but a boy again. The old turtle rose slowly to the surface. "This sword gave me victory," said the boy, "but that victory almost turned me into a dragon. Take back your sword and keep it. It is a great weapon, perhaps the most powerful in all the world. But its power is nothing without your wisdom." And with that, he placed the sword in the turtle's keeping, and the land at last had a chance to live without dragons.